Hey, what's going on? Welcome in, guys. Just setting up some things here. A little vibe coding just for a sec. I am testing connecting Rumble right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. We're almost done with this little app. We've done so many changes over the weekend. I was watching the latest video uploaded and I was crying at how much I kept saying like over and over. I think they were talking about someone else, but yeah. It's a bad habit people have. Our other homie says like a million times. How's the vibe coding? Pretty damn good, actually. I'll update you guys so you can see what the new dashboard looks like. And happy Sunday to you as well. I'm just currently connecting Rumble real quick. We are live on Rumble, so getting that whole setup going. Uno momento. Because everything else is done. If you've noticed, the chat is working. And we even have... Let me show you guys this. Subs. Perfect. So here's what the subs look like. Perfect. That's pretty tight. Perfect. So I like it. That looks cool. Perfect. So that's done. And then we got this too done.
Super Chat Steve donated $50. Huge fan. Keep it up.
Right. Let me move that up a little bit. There we go. So pretty cool. Got this all working. And then it automatically will fire off these GIFs. And then I have badges and stuff. I'll show you guys that I haven't uploaded all those new badges. That's the one thing. I've been spending a couple hours just trying to get on live right now because of this shit. I had to restart my whole computer and get everything going again. Perfect. That's a good idea. I need to make Top Goy badges, Hoflation badges. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Okay, let me write that in my notes, actually. Hold on. Actually, a very good idea. No. Yeah. Let me not forget to do that. Let me post this here for the chat. Okay, if you guys want to go to Kick, pin the message. So right now only Kick is showing, right? Yes, because I have to connect YouTube. So 1 second. Let me just paste this stuff here so I don't forget. In each chat. Okay, so testing the YouTube connection now. Find live stream, found it, connect. Now YouTubers should start seeing themselves on the screen. Type in some, there you go. There goes all the YouTubers. You see? Cool story. All right, now let's give him the information for connecting Rumble. So dope what you could do. How to find your Rumble stream ID. Go to your live Rumble stream page in a browser. Okay, that seems simple enough. Rumble seems very simple. Okay, so just click on the actual video. Thanks, brother. We'll get started here soon. I have so much stuff. I have a bunch of stuff that we're going to cover. A little bit of everything. Okay. The ID is that. Okay, this is the ID. Copy. Paste the ID into my stream ID field and then hit connect. Okay, I think we're almost ready. That should be simple enough. Stream ID. Connect. Or full Rumble chat URL. Don't know if Rumble's even connected right now. Yeah, 3 streams are going. See, Rumble's not connected. Polling failed to fetch. All right. So, sorry, Rumble. I don't think we could do this live. YouTube works and Kick works. Rumble will have to get fixed maybe next time, unless you guys are, cool with waiting. Log showed this. The only thing that sucks with Rumble is like I can only test this stuff live. So I have to actually go live, test this shit, and then fix it. But I can show you, I guess, what it looks like. Here's what's going on. I think it's on clean. Yeah. So he's running right now in the background trying to figure out why Rumble won't connect. Everything else works though. Is this live? What's going on, Cam? Yeah, he's doing his little job right now. We're trying to find out what's going on here. It should be a quick restart, though, afterwards. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you. We'll get started soon. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. I'm going hiking tomorrow. I'm excited. It's going to be nice. Need to relax. I need to touch some grass big time. Northern Arizona. Huge amounts of grass needs to be touched, dude. I've been burned out lately. It's hot as fuck here. I'm not getting up early enough to go on my run or my walk. I'm a bit cooped up in the house. But you got to decompress. I am. I can't wait, seriously. Some mushies. Some amazing waterfalls. About to swim. It's like 75 degrees up there. Perfection. Literal perfection. And it's Monday, so there's nobody there. I was thinking of going today, but not worth it. How far do I walk? I don't know. I guess it depends. 3 to 5 miles. Hikes are anywhere from 10 to 20 miles. I can't recommend them enough, though. Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. Sunday streaming. We're streaming today. I thought about going today, but damn, hello from Dubai. How's it going in Dubai, bro, with all that shit going on? But give us the inside scoop. No set schedule just yet. Working on it. There's no ads on Kick, by the way, so if you're tired of YouTube, just go over to Kick. What's going on here? All right, he's still coding up some stuff. Okay. Are you ready, Rumble chats? Yeah, sit over there, bro, and type for me. You're going to be my tester. We're going to have to see if you pop up soon. Yes, it's Claude that I'm using. The DMG is ready. Okay, we're about to shit the bed here in a second with... Okay, I have to reinstall everything. Okay. Uno momento. So I have to close Stream Tools. Your screens are about to look a little fucking weird. Don't worry about it though. Make sure I have nothing crazy on here. All right. So we're ready to rock. No dick pics visible. I'm just kidding. Okay. And release DMG. Let's install this bad boy. Burn. Okay. This stuff's so cool when you really get into it. I need to think of other apps. We should be building $1 million app on Live and just going through it with everybody. We need an amazing idea and just start building and iterating. We need to do that shit. We need to have some classes. Guys, on Tuesday, since I'm going to be gone, we're going to get in the community, and the first call back is going to be everybody sharing kind of what they're doing. I'm going to walk people through what I'm doing here, how I'm doing it, and I'll start it from the very beginning. And we'll walk through how to code very basic stuff with Claude Code. And we'll probably end up using the web terminal, the code tab. I've never used that. So we're going to do that firsthand and see how it works. And all right, we're good to go here. Applications. Let's fire her up and reconnect again. And see what we got. Okay, there we go. All your guys' screen is looking funky. We are back. Oh, it auto-loaded in everything? That's so cool. Okay, let's test the chats. Oh, YouTube's coming in automatically. That's great. Beautiful. What about Kick, though? Kick, guys. There's Kick. You're using Claude Code for portfolio building? Awesome. There we go. All my settings are saved. You guys are popping up. Now for the Rumble crowd. Let's test that again. SSE error. We're not fans. We're not fans. Let me double check this. Perhaps later you can a TTS for mentions. Nah, I could only do super chats. It's going to get too crazy. Yeah, imagine anybody that ats and then a text to speech turns on. Yeah, that'd be a little too nuts. Is that what they're trying to do? Another lockdown? Energy lockdowns? Connect. What happens here? Fetch error. We got another error, guys. All endpoints failed. All right, we just got to copy paste that. Crude's at 98. Only for us. There's 3 markets right now. Press Command U to open the page, then Command F to search. Okay, open the Rumble HTML in Chrome. Press Command U. Let's do that. It's not working. So we have 3 markets. Ours in the United States, Europe, and then Asia. Asia's at like 160, 170 a barrel. They're getting absolutely cooked. They're under a lot of pressure right now. But Iran is allowing ships through that settle payments in Chinese yuan. So that's disturbing the petrodollar. We just threatened them also, by the way, with an attack on their energy infrastructure. And then they threatened us back saying they're going to target everything, including desalination plants right away. So we're escalating rapidly. Search for video, EID, or ID. Command U. It's not working. CMD plus U. Right click anywhere on the page, click view page source. Okay. Okay, got it. That worked. View page source. Click Claude Chrome address bar. Click Command F. Search for EID. Command F. We're working on it. You see? Found it. Okay. It's a big number near the word chat. What the fuck, bro? There's 12 instances of that EID. Or video ID. Video underscore ID. Failed to remove message this time. Big number near the word chat. I think that would be easiest then. Oh my god, there's so many instances. Video. ID. Let's see if this works. Copy that, double check with him. I see this. Let me put this off the screen just in case I bone myself with some numbers. I shouldn't. Trump did say the war is complete, but yeah. Okay, I did find the numeric ID. That's correct. Tell Claude code this. All right. So, yeah, that doesn't matter because you could find that on my page as well. Okay. We'll let him run all this good stuff. What's the reason you moved from Romania? I only went there temporarily to retire my parents. I don't want to live in Europe. Europe's great to visit, but yeah. As great Europe is to visit, it's just a different pace of life, to be completely honest. Look, you're gonna have to get used to some things. Like, cool part is walking everywhere is nice. It's cheaper. The people are more relaxed. It seems like everybody slows down on time. The hustle, the grind culture doesn't exist. But the issue is, no, America is more brown than Europe is. You'd be shocked, actually. I think people are complaining in Europe because it's like 10%. But America is like, it seems like the majority. It's different. I'm used to suburban neighborhoods. I'm used to driving my car everywhere. Big open roads, easy parking, car friendly, shit like that. In Europe, it's completely different. You walk everywhere. It's nice. It's a change of pace. Don't get me wrong, but you're going to have to get used to some shitty weather. It depends where you live in America. See, in Phoenix, it's nice. Weather's beautiful pretty much year round. But me, it made sense because I'm just taking my parents back to the country that they could speak the language and perfectly understand everything perfectly. Extended family is all there. They were a bit, how could you say, isolated, I guess would be the word. But actually a lot of people, a lot of Europeans that came to America since the 90s have a lot of them have actually gone back and retired there. And everybody says the same shit. America's not what it used to be. In the 90s were like the golden age. And opportunities galore and, you know, shit like that. It's a good day to mix concrete. Phew. Hard ass work right there. Okay, let's see. He just fixed something else again. We're gonna have to do this again. Let's find out if it worked. Let's close the program. Okay. Can confirm my parents moved back to Ukraine when it was nice. Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah, look, Eastern Europe has advanced dramatically, still has a lot of work to do besides the tier 1 cities and even then the tier 1 locations. I'll be completely honest. Once you go out into the countryside and shit like that, development falls off a cliff. Not a fan. But it's just like the silent, I wouldn't say silent, the quiet, beautiful European countryside. That's all. You know, where you go visit your grandparents and stuff. It's not bad at all. It's actually very nice, but it's just not my pace. Yeah, just not my pace yet in life. Maybe one day I'd retire out to the beautiful countryside, but just not yet. I don't care to be in the city either, but the problem with Europe is once you leave the tier 1 city, hospitals drop off a cliff. The roads drop off a cliff. Basic things that you would need to shop for tends to drop off a cliff. You find everything in the majority, you know, the big cities. It's like being in America. But once you go away, you lose a lot of, I wouldn't even call it convenience, but access. You lose access to things. So in America, you could be 40 minutes away, 50 minutes, an hour and a half away from a big city, but you still have everything. Like, there is a Costco, there is a Walmart, most likely. There is a like super Walmart or something like that. They stock everything. You go 50 minutes away, 50 minutes is a big deal in Europe. 50 minutes is crazy. Even when you go 30 minutes away from a city, you start to lose access to some things. But 50 minutes away, if you were to go to the, you know, countryside, you're going to the little store markets, the little corner markets and shit like that. Little corner stores, little shit like, it's not like that everywhere, but it does dramatically reduce. So if you're not into that, just letting you know what awaits you. All right, let's find this. Let's do this. Replace. Dope. Okay, everything should fire up now. If it doesn't work, we're moving on. My patience. My patience. Is running thin. Or full Rumble chat URL test. Connect. It failed again. Don't know why. We'll tell Claude Code one more time. Here's the issue, brother. Oh, sorry, user error, boys. User error, I think. Oops. Let's see. It's connected. Yep, sorry. We're live. Somebody on Rumble type something. Oh, there it is. Testing. Those popped up. All right, now we're officially connected on everything, I believe. And we're ready to rock. Let me type something on Rumble. Let's try again. Hello. Tribe of Men, there you go. Is that updating in... I see that in the multi-chat. Are you guys getting it there? Rumble, hello. Yeah, there it is. R. Okay, cool. Action. We're ready. Let's double check everything else is firing. Quick demo. Quick little demo. 1 second. Let's do a...
Perfect.
Oh, who was that? Thank you. Oh, that was me. Okay. We have to get rid of the perfect there. Okay. That was for those. Cool. So next, let's see.
Test user 123 donated 10,000 kicks.
Good.
Love the stream, brother.
Let's get rid of all those.
White
Skip 'em.
fan, Rumble guy,
Skipping
Esladon
works.
Kick Fanatic, Super Chat Steve donated
Dope.
$50. Huge fan. Keep it up.
Sub demos. Let's see if those are working. Why don't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? You popped up too. There we go. The perfects are working. Perfect. Change the sound to 1. Perfect. Perfect. Those are working. Perfect. Ah, beautiful. Let's hit this on next. Let's see.
At Death Isn't Enough donated $5. Why don't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
Hey, tell me more about this Pearl Harbor. What's going on, Ascendant? All right, dude, we're ready to rock. And by the way, the chat has some stuff baked in. When you donate, you should get a little badge by your name. It also cumulatively tracks everything. And we're going to have to work on the effects next. That's probably the only thing you can't see. You're supposed to have some effects on your name. So who was that? Death isn't enough. Type some shit. We should see your name have something special. Something should start appearing by your name, like little badges and stuff like that. Anyways, it's for the session, and then it's cumulative as well. So it tallies everything and saves it by your usernames. And then you start to get little effects on your thing, like blue, green, yellow, shit like that. You should start to see that soon. I'm going to have to vibe code in the rest later, but it tracks everything from all 3 platforms, from Rumble, from YouTube, and from Kick. So you get a running total for the whole history of the entire channel, however you're donating, starting from now that we're using the program. And then also sessions too.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you, brother. Someone just subbed. Appreciate you. So pretty interesting. Why did you decide to do this? I needed to stop relying on what is it? Streamlabs. Streamlabs charges you $40 for this. How much for the glasses? $10, dude. They're literally just blue light blockers on Amazon. $10. Let me take them off. These are my other blue light blockers, but they're far more stylish. It's from some Japanese company. These are the ones you guys are used to watching me wear. They're very nice. Also, appreciate everybody. This is my passport brochure. Decided to bust this out. Thank you to everybody that's been getting the shirts. Everybody that's gotten the mugs. Let's put this up here. Everybody that's gotten the Top Goy mugs. Appreciate you guys. Links are in the description of all the videos. Passport bros, I know they disown me because the truth hurts, but love you guys still. Just want you to not fail out here internationally. So I tell you guys the truth. I'm just checking the chat right now for those that have badges. Can you put some emotes in all the chats too, including Kick? I don't have emotes, or I can't go through all of them. So trying to see how the emotes look. Awesome, dude. They're animating perfectly. Hit the like button if you haven't. We're going to get started right now. Beautiful. So, how does YouTube's emotes look? YouTube's emotes were not working earlier. It kept doing the text-based version. Like if you do the green hand or whatever else. Yeah, you see? For some reason, YouTube is gatekeeping their shit somehow. I don't understand. YouTube will not allow their emoticons to fire correctly. Kick and Rumble. I don't know if Rumble works. I know Kick works. Let me try some emoticons on Kick. Let's see. Green siren. Does that work? Nope. Green siren shows up as green siren. Okay. Kick works. Let me tell Claude before I forget. Connected. Now the issue is on Rumble. The emotes, like, what is it called? The green siren. The green siren just shows up as text. And what does YouTube have? Give me some YouTube emotes again. Face red droopy eyes. Face red droopy eyes. Same with YouTube. One was face red droopy eyes. At least we got everything connected. And what's cool about this program, technically I could just sell it for $1 for anybody that wants to use this shit. I can make it, sell it for $1. I could include all the platforms you want. I could put Twitch on here. I could put fucking X on here. I could put whatever you want on here, and it'll be like a mega dashboard that works with whatever you want. Maybe, if people were interested. Technically, you just code this shit yourself, but people would probably pay $1 for, what do you call it? Convenience. So that's what the software of the future will be. It'll just be convenience.
At Armanilugo 3531 donated $5. Hey Bo, thanks again for the advice. I learned how to make courses using Grok 4.0 and Claude. Gifted it to a homie in the chat.
Wow, good shit, man. Nice. Very nice. It's actually badass.
At Death Isn't Enough donated $5.
Uh-huh. Japanese lettering doesn't fire. But thank you, brother. For whatever. So your name should be glowing, Death. Every time you talk now, your name should be glowing yellow. Can you text again?
At Today's Convenience donated $5. Hey Bo, I got Claude making a app card game. It's insane. What would have cost me over 10 grand now cost me $20. My dreams are within reach.
Thank you, brother. See, Death? Sure, there you go. Your name glows yellow now. That changes, by the way. That glow, that's the glow effect I was talking about. It'll change to orange, to red as it increases in the session. Cool, dude. It's glowing. Great. This helps me see you guys also. Yeah. So it'll start changing the colors of your names. There you go. I think it starts with blue, then it goes yellow, then it goes orange, and then it goes red. I don't know. There's like 5 tiers. It depends. It's like based on the super chat colors of YouTube. Those are the tiers that it changes your color. And it's cumulative too, I believe. So once you gift a sub or shit like that, it doesn't matter. It pulls all from all platforms and it just changes the colors of your stuff. And some of them are persistent. There's some really cool shit. I wish I had this when Pinnacle was donating, because there's really permanent ones. He was giving like $1,500 a stream. And there's permanent stuff when you get really high up there. On mobile chat, it's green. And on live stream, it's yellow. Uh-huh. Interesting. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, actually. But that's tight. That it works. Cool. Let's begin, boys. If you're not on Kick, please do so. And then Rumble, welcome everybody, finally. Back to streaming on Rumble. Hopefully it doesn't lag me, because Cox is shit internet. And that's the new thing I've also added too. So thanks. It only will fire off text-to-speech now at $5. Just so we don't annoy people with like $2 ones. But I can just click on it.
Add Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap donated $2. PPB. Kinda listening in the gym. Doing LATAM recon.
Thanks, brother. I can manually select the silenced ones and fire them off as usual. So if there's a really good $2 one, you can just fire it off manually. That's another thing I've added. So cool, huh? So dope, dude. At the end of the stream, I'll demo the chat. I can turn on chat demo and you'll see what some of these badges and stuff, we're still working on them. But for the people that give like over 100, 500, 1,000 in a session, like permanent badges that are just tied to your name indefinitely. Shit like that. So at least it gives people, you know, a leaderboard kind of chat style, so you know who's who. And then I can see directly when one of you are chatting just to look at it. Yeah. Which is tight. Is this live? This is indeed live. See? And then I can just play it.
Isn't enough donated $2. Is this live?
So tight. All right. Let's begin now, finally. We got everything working. It's all cool. Nice. I can't believe we coded this up. Okay. This video is going to be legendary when it comes out. Jeez Louise. I have it finished. Where's the YouTube video?
Yagu King donated $5. Hey Bo, I PM'd you my business plan on School, which I think is the private community, plus I've used Claude to make me some digital products to sell.
I'll check it out then. PM'd you in School community. Plus I've used Claude to make some digital products. Oh, yeah, the next thing.
Perfect.
Hey.
Perfect.
Thanks, bro. There we go. That's the old one. I have to remove that. I have to make a School community badge for you guys and somehow grab the API from School. I don't think that's going to work either. Because, yeah, your names are completely different. I'll have to manually add you guys. Yeah, I'll have to manually add you guys that are School community members and give you like a special badge. But okay. Some digital products to sell. Hopefully everybody's been having a good day. It's a pretty chill Sunday, man. I'm just surprised this shit works as good as it does. You're a school member, Big Red? Yeah, I'll figure it out. I haven't coded that up just yet. If we use the same email for school, YouTube, and Kick, it might be possible. Actually, yeah. Actually, that's a good idea. If I could grab the API from school and have all the emails, then run it through, maybe, if that information is available. I don't know if it is. But, yeah, otherwise, I'd have to manually do it. Okay. Let's get into some of these, finally. Can you speak on the less potato chips in the bag? I'll just play it. Why am I even saying?
Death Iced Enough donated $2. Can you speak on the less potato chips in the bags?
Shrinkflation. There's going to be less of everything in every bag. What else was our issue here? How can I grab the school members and auto apply a badge to them? Can we match emails or something from... I don't think the API gives you people's emails, guys, just username. From the platforms somehow? Does the API grant that access to look for matching emails? I'm gonna ask them right now. Can we match emails from school Let's see. No way to auto match. School doesn't have a public API that exposes data or emails. Okay. Kick only give you username display names. They never expose viewer email. Okay, yeah.
At MLRS7 we donated $5. When's your masculine retreat in the middle of the forest in Sedona? I also think the PNW is awesome.
PNW is awesome, yeah. Weather's better in the south, of course, but there's some really cool stuff. No set date just yet. Still settling in here. Still working on some things in the back end. There is somebody that has property for sale. I still need to speak to the boys about it and see. It's in the background, slowly but surely. We also have a member that's a doctor, and he bought a bunch of land. He has a coffee plantation out there in El Salvador, and he has like a 7+ bedroom hotel. So there's potential to set some really cool stuff in El Salvador also. Some like international retreats. Yeah, if you haven't join the private community, guys. There's stuff going on in the background. It's taking time, but it's like slowly coalescing into something. So, super cool. Oh yeah, I was going to turn off, what was it here? Real quick. Donations from this fucking thing. There we go. Let me... Okay. Let's just commentary on some things then. This one was funny. Is this the repost? Absolute boomer goyslop. Listen to this.
As far as the oil prices, people just need to stop panicking. It's worth it to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon. So if I have to pay a little bit more for gas, I'll do that.
You got to pay the price. I mean, in order to have long-term stability.
The disruptions in the global markets are real and may be painful. But the long-term benefits, again, are incalculable.
There may be some sacrifices to be made at the pump on a temporary basis. I'm willing to pay 30% or 30 cents more at the pump to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
To win in life, you got to suffer short-term pain for the long-term gain, or short-term pain for long-term gain.
Freedom is not free. Americans are going to have to make some sacrifices.
Don't you love
This is short-term, and I'm asking you to just trust the man, okay? Trust the system. Let him cook.
As far as
Let
the
him
oil
cook.
prices,
Trust the system. Let him cook. He's cooking, all right. He's cooking. One minute, we've won the war. It's all over. The next minute, I'm going to threaten you. I'm going to bomb your electrical plants, oil, refineries, everything if you don't give up right now. Okay. So cooked, right? Amazing. Straight out of Israel, talking points. That's amazing, guys. Listen, you need to have some short-term pain so you can make sure greater Israel happens. Totally. Totally. It's our government. So great. And speaking about our government and how the economy in the United States is going, look at this.
And then I have bad economic news for you, and then I have worse economics for you. I did a post last month reporting January 2026 home foreclosure numbers, and the articles labeled them as a, quote, foreclosure bloodbath, end quote, and said that home foreclosures in the United States were going to get worse. Well, today is March 14th, 2026, and I have February home foreclosure numbers. Hi, my name's Christina. I have a master's degree in business. And if you find this post sad but informative, please like, comment, follow, and share. It is extremely important that you know what is going on in the U.S. economy
Short-term
because
pain.
it does affect you personally. In January, it was over 42,000 homes that were foreclosed on, which is the highest it had been in years. February 2026, 40,534 properties were foreclosed on in the United States in 2026. The top two states are Nevada and Delaware. Florida.
Sick of boomer slop.
At Isaac Vanderbilt 4,500. At Isaac Vanderbilt 4,505 donated $2. Quit working, quit paying for stuff in mass.
Thanks, brother. Is Romanian residential real estate worth it? It was before COVID, especially. Really a lot. Very worth it. You could get an apartment for $60,000.
At John Doe
$70,000.
14,783 donated $20. The only short-term pain I'm willing to endure is the short-term pain in the gym. Master your mind, body, and spirit. Legion of Men Bros.
Hell yeah. 100% agreed with that. Thank you, brother.
At Death Isn't Enough donated $5. Boomer slop propaganda.
Hardcore slop propaganda. They feed that shit. You know, like 1% viewership is what all the mainstream media gets. They have no viewership anymore. Quite literally, no one's watching them. So, it's mind blowing. The program, like, and it's tailored for boomers, only for boomers. Can we find the weapons of mass destruction? No, we can't, dude. No, we can't. Because there are none. It's just a repeat of everything we've had to deal with already.
It is also in a top foreclosure area. That is over 92,000 homes closed just in 2 months in 2026.
Listen to this.
If you think, that doesn't sound so bad, or Biden did it. No, foreclosures are people who couldn't pay 120 days. That means it's a Trump issue. It also means it's because people have...
And she's kind of not correct there. It's not a Trump issue. Biden has been paying these delinquencies. Us taxpayers all the FHA loans, there's like 1 million or 2, something like that. I don't know. There's a really high number of FHA loans that have been delinquent for months, and the government has been paying those. So people have been living in their houses for months. I think Trump stopped those payments, and now you're starting to see those delinquencies actually bear fruit. Now, 40,000 delinquencies in just 28 days in February alone is insane. We are hitting numbers like the Great Recession. We're probably going to see 2008, 2009 numbers in the economy right now for housing. I'm noticing in my neighborhood alone, these for sale signs are coming up left and right. The property prices here have crashed already, like 10%, 15%. People are not able to sell their house. I'm looking at houses, just tracking prices, and they're like taking off $7,000 a week ago, $15,000 a month ago. You know, prices keep going lower and lower. People won't pay. The interest rates are too high. Interest rates are already skyrocketing because of the war. So it's not looking good, guys, to be completely honest.
At MLRS7, we donated $2. How much money to bring Nick Fuentes on the stream?
I don't know. If he wants to do it for free, sure. But I've never paid anybody to come on. I'm not gonna. I mean, it'd be strictly if they want to. For an interesting conversation. I wouldn't ask them retarded shit. Like, tell me your backstory or any of that. So the conversation may be interesting for him if he would like to. It'd be great, actually.
A damp 911 donated $5. If you have the cash, assets or income just like in 2008, a lot of money to be made from what's happening. I've positioned myself for it. I would need to extend my time in the US. Not sure if I want to stay long.
Stay longer or not? Let me fix that. Yeah, it's a calculation you have to make. Look, if the United States housing market crashes, you pretty much know it's like a world economic problem then, not just us. It'd be weird if it was isolated here. So technically, you could probably get really cheap prices everywhere else. It'd be great to see Nick on the show. It would be, dude. I'd love to pick his brain on a lot of things, but busy man. Who knows if he has time, if he even wants to. I'm sure he's got huge platforms that are after him. My longer super chats are cutting off. Hey. Thanks, brother. I am live right now. I'll play that one too.
At all my hoes demonetized donated $2. You live, brother, now go to kick fellas.
I love it. We're like streaming, coding, and how cool is that? Let me copy paste that. Go on, clanker slave. Do work while we watch.
Lost their jobs. They're underemployed.
Guys, if you haven't, head over to Kick. Welcome to everybody on YouTube. Thank you for everybody for subscribers, donators, tippers. Everybody supporting the channel. Love you guys. Thank you so much. What movie should you watch? No movie, dude. No movie. They're all propaganda.
Or they're 1 in 4 people that have been unemployed for 27 weeks or longer. Expect every single month to have high home foreclosure rates. This is a direct sign of an economy collapsing. These were before the US versus Iran war.
So shit's about to get worse. Can I get some emotes from YouTube real quick? I want to see what the log says, so I could spam Claude with that real quick. Give me some of those weird green emotes, the weird emotes. Not The standard ones. The animated one. Yeah, right there. There you go. Slug. Perfect.
Yagu King donated $5. If we have another 08 event happen, will that mean I'll have a chance at buying a house?
If you have cash, then yeah, you'd be in a very good position. Like extremely good. Assuming this is what's going to happen to the market. There you go. Keep those. Keep giving me those. There we go. Command C. This is what the logs are showing. Those YouTube emotes. The fuck? Okay.
At MLRS7 we donated $2. Will you stream on Cozy TV?
I don't think so. I think Rumble, YouTube, and Kick is plenty. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, bro. Happy Sunday, boys. I just caught up on the orders for the first time since early December. No day off since then. You can't breathe. Damn. Nice. Let me screenshot this too. Editing on the fly here. What the fuck? Where's the voice for that?
At Maryland Guy Ether donated $4.99. This will be way worse than 2008. We weren't 40 trillion in debt then.
And rapidly approaching that 42, by the way. Scarily so. Every debt ceiling was just like a minor bump, and then it exploded on us. That's what's crazy here. The debt ceiling is like a temporary release valve until they just pump the fucking printers, dude, and just wreck us. Pumping these printers are wrecking us. Great. In the sub alerts. All right, let's keep going. This is our incredible government right here. Listen to this.
Why is the U.S. helping to fund a country that it's currently at war with, Mr. Secretary?
Again, Kristen, why don't we have good facts here? That Iranian oil was always going to be sold to the Chinese. It was going to be sold at a discount. So which is better, Kristen? Which is better? If they were, if oil prices spiked to $150 and they were getting 70% of that, or oil prices below 100, it's better to have them where they are now. And to be clear, we had always planned for this contingency. About 140 million barrels are out on the water. In essence, we are jujitsuing the Iranians. We're using their own oil against them. We have a much better line of sight, to be clear, at Treasury when this oil goes to, if it goes to Indonesia, if it goes to Japan, if it goes to Korea, we have a much better line of sight and are able to block accounts that the oil goes into. When it goes into China, it completely gets recycled. So to be clear, that 14 billion number is...
Okay, bro. Okay. We are absolutely jujitsuing. So we're going to war with Iran, and 4D chess move, we're going to unblock their oil. Okay. And that's because we're going to keep oil prices down so we can go to war longer. What? Let's search some more Besant clips here, because he's had some real funny ass clips where he's getting interviewed. That's the one we just saw. Let's see. Here's the longer one.
Oil was always going to be sold to the Chinese. It was going to be sold at a discount. So which is better, Kristen? Which is better? If they 40 million, when this oil goes to, if it goes to China, it
Listen to unpack what you're just saying. First of all, how much is it? And second of all, I don't hear you disputing that Iran will get some of the money.
Iran already gets a huge amount of the money because Iran is the largest sponsor of state terrorism, and China has been funding them.
So it was always part of the plan to unsanction Iranian oil?
Again, we unsanctioned the Russia. At Treasury, we plan for all contingencies. We have break the glass plans, and to be able, this oil is floating out in Asia, and it is mostly our Asian allies. The U.S. gets virtually no oil from the Gulf. We are energy sufficient. So when we unsanction this, rather than the oil going to China, it can go to Japan, it can go to Korea, it can go to Indonesia, it can go to Malaysia.
And it can go to Iran too. I mean, isn't the point that the sanctions were in place to prevent Iran from getting any of the money? They will have access to some of the money now.
Again, Kristen, you're missing the point.
Missing the point,
please
lady.
Listen to me.
Listen
they were
up.
getting it from China anyway.
All right, let me talk about the real world impact of this, because you're talking
She's
about
not getting
140 million barrels of Iranian oil, and that's just a little bit more than what the world uses in one day. How much can that really change prices here?
Again, Kristen, terrible framing.
Terrible framing. It's the way. Listen, you're not framing it properly. Yes, we're giving Iran ability to make a ton of money. Yes, we're allowing the petrodollar to get destroyed because now they settle in yuans. Yes, everyone's pissed at us for starting the war and making their energy needs pretty much screwed up. Listen to me. It's 5D chess. Trust me on this. We're going to let them sell all their oil. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, Kristen, whatever your name is, lady, you can't frame it properly. We're also letting Russia sell her oil however she pleases, unsanctioned. You're not hearing me, though. Isn't Russia making like $200+ million a day now? And their coffers are filling up with cash, and they're using that cash to help Iran fight us? You're not framing it properly. Kristen, lady, go back to the kitchen. What I'm trying to tell you, because you don't understand 5D chess, your brain, your female brain doesn't understand these moves. We at the Treasury have glasses. We're breaking them. There's oil, water, tankers, stuff's happening here. Listen, go back to the kitchen. What I'm trying to frame this as: short-term pain, long-term gain. Listen to me again. Short-term. You're going to pay more, but long-term, you're going to pay less. So trust me on this. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to unsanction Russia, which is currently fighting Ukraine, which is currently a country we're supporting. I know Russia's helping them with targeting, but the framing is incorrect. So now that Russia gets to make all this money selling their oil for cheap, and Iran now gets to sell their oil for cheap, completely unsanctioned, because we sanctioned both of them before, so they had to sell at a discount. Now they get to sell at full price. So what's going to happen here is go buy defense stocks. This war is going to last a while. The defense stocks are about to fucking pump, Kristen. You don't know what you're talking about, okay? AI stocks pumping. You're framing it wrong. See, the framing you're giving is that you're poor. It's giving I'm poor and I can't afford high gas prices and grocery prices and a failing stock market and also a tremendous housing market that's exploding downward, shitting the bed. You're giving poor framing. So this ain't for the poor. You guys are going to have to deal with it. The framing is this. If you got money, prepare to buy assets like housing. It's about to be cheap. You know, it's about time to start getting ready to deploy some gunpowder. What is some powder? That's what they say in the invent. Deploy some dry powder into defense stocks, gold and silver, industrial metals. It's your framing that's an issue here. So let me do my 5D chess because you're broke. And it's giving broke vibes, your questions. Okay, we're going to win the war. We're going to force everybody to open the strait. We're not opening the strait. We're not sending our carriers there. Are you crazy? They got submarines that are made to operate 50-meter waters right around the Carg Island. We can't detect them with sonar and all that stuff. It bounces off the floor. So they could launch torpedoes at our shit. You're crazy. They got loitering munitions. What are you talking about? They just downed an F-15. Again, another one. Direct hit this time. They downed 2 F-35s. Yes, we pay $100 billion. You're not framing this correctly. Listen, the IRST system, okay, the infrared tracking and the P-358 missiles that they got is completely changing our ability to have air supremacy. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. They've only hit a Stratotanker and they've only hit 2 F-35s. They haven't hit any B-designated bombers just yet. And we're loading up some of our B-52s, B-1s, B-2s, all that stuff. Now, if they manage to down a bomber, holy shit, that's going to make the news. They're going to really try to hide that. Can you imagine? We loaded up a B-52 bomber, I believe it is, with like 16 of those GBU deep ordnance, like deep penetrating ordnance, massive ordnance penetrators, bunker busters for shorthand. Okay, dude. That missile costs like $70,000 to $90,000. That missile system. It is a optical proximity ordnance. It just blows up when it gets near the plane, releases shrapnel, downs the plane that way. That's what happened to the F-35. People don't know that. We're spending buku money fighting the Zerg. We're Protoss. All our units cost a ton of money. They are literally firing trinkets, suicide units at us. We're getting boned financially.
Well, how much can it...
Let me get to these. Hold on.
At MLRS7, we donated $2. Can you stream yourself using Claude?
Yes, I can. We might do a Claude-only stream. We'll see. On one of the off days. Might actually even go live with the community, actually. We'll see.
At Armanilugo 3531 donated $2. Christos Anesti everybody. Ascendant loves you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Let's continue with the foolishness.
Prices here at home. Talk to consumers. How much will it change prices here at home?
Let me explain. 140 million barrels, about 20 million barrels a day comes out of the Gulf. About 5 million has been repurposed by the Saudis, by the UAE. So we're at a 15 deficit. About 1.5 is Iranian oil that comes out. So we are at between a 10 and 14 million deficit on a daily basis. So if you think about 140 million barrels, that's between 10 days and 2 weeks of supply. And one of the reasons that prices in the U.S. of West Texas crude are below $100, and we have not seen this massive spike as we did during the beginning of Russia-Ukraine, is because we are well supplied in the market. Whether it is the Russian oil, whether it is the Iranian oil, or it is the largest, the SPR release in history done by a coalition of 32 countries, 400 million barrels.
Mm-hmm. Makes perfect sense, yeah. God, what a clown show, dude. We're cooked.
You know, if Trump has a combination of higher inflation and a unwinnable war where we're just going to kind of take over Karg Island and try and prevent the Iranians from launching drones across the Gulf, you know, they've already done so much damage to some of the oil and gas facilities in the Gulf that if this goes on for another week or two, whether or not they open the Strait of Hormuz or not, Julia, it's not going to matter. Because you're not going to be able to ship any product. Yeah. Where are you going to get the product if we've destroyed these plants? The Israelis went after one of the bigger gas fields in Iran, and that may have opened the door for a lot of really bad things to happen. I think, you know, Trump made a fundamental mistake in thinking that he could go into this with Israel and be able to control them. And the reality is that Netanyahu and his government, they think they got to go out and destroy the Iranians now. They don't believe there's any possibility of discussions. Maybe they're right. But the truth of the matter is this is going to go on, and I think you're going to see oil prices well above $100 for the rest of this year. So you can imagine what that's going to do to the midterm elections for the Republicans, right?
Shit. Hey, didn't I tell you? I took a break from the Iran stuff because I'm waiting for the next couple of days to show us the craziness that's going to unwind. Didn't I tell you all of this? I love that I told everybody all of this a week ago, 2 weeks ago in those Iran updates. You don't know what you're talking about. Bro, go back to dating. What are you doing? You don't know. This is not your realm. Yeah, and they're all saying exactly what I said a week or two ago. All of a sudden, bro, fake news. I called all of this shit. I told you about the oil markets. I showed you the oil prices, what the actual cost of crude was, what the basket cost for countries was. We went through it. I told you there were early reports that the Stratotanker was downed by an IRST system. The P-358 missile. Now you have people like ex-department heads, ex-generals, colonels coming forward and saying there was the P-358 missile and IRST system being used. Week later. Told you the girls' school was bombed and it was most likely Claude. It was AI powered, AI targeting. Sure enough, all that information came out. No, dude, it was IRGC. Their missile misfired. No, stupid. It wasn't. It turns out my data gathering, my research is much better than yours. Fake news, bro. You trust that fake news as they watch Fox, as they watch like huge accounts on X that are absolutely paid for, getting their 7K checks, pushing the narrative, sucking off the Trump administration. You can't think for yourself. What are you doing? Don't you see they're all co-opted? Haven't you woken up yet? Trump was the hope. He got co-opted. He's corrupted. Now the Republicans look as foolish as the Democrats. Before, you had something to rally around with Trump and the Republicans. The nationalist message that they were, the populism that they were tuning into, tapping into. Finally, we're getting away from the LGBTQ madness. Finally, the Democrats and their culture war are going away. Finally, we're closing the borders. Finally, we're going to get all the immigrants out, the mass migrants. Finally, we're going to fix blah, blah, and go back to normal. That was the feeling that we tapped into. It's all gone now. He's a shill for Israel. He's completely controlled. All his generals told him, don't attack Iran. All the counterintelligence officials, even down to the heads of intelligence agencies, told him there is no imminent threat. Iran is developing nuclear weapons or poses a threat to America. One single Israeli intelligence basically convinced our president, contrary to the entire American intelligence apparatus, to go and bomb Iran. What does that tell you? What world are we living in? So now when you tune in on Fox, this is what you get when you tune in on Fox. This is why they put the funny fucking music on there.
As far as the worth it to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon. So
They're
if I have to pay a little bit more for gas, I'll do that.
You got to pay the price. I mean, in order to have long-term stability.
The disruptions in the global markets are real and may be painful.
They have become exactly what the Democrats were when they were in power. Complete narrative pushers. It's over. It's over. Do you understand? It's over. This is the messaging you have to understand. It is over for the establishment. Republican or Democrat, you cannot be on that side. Why is it every time you say you're not a fan of what Trump's doing, you're no longer a Republican, you get shit on? Oh, you want Kamala? Oh, you think Kamala would have done a better job? How about I don't want any of them? Why is it that the default is the other guy, the Democrat? Why can't we vote in an independent? Just think about this, for example, guys. We're stuck in this weird paradigm where if you're not okay with Trump, you got to go Democrat. Why? Why did we accept the paradigm that your only other choice has to be a Democrat? Aren't we in a free country? Can't we vote somebody that's not establishment, that is not part of the political system that has drug America down for the past 60 years? This country is going to shit whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. We understand that, right? Okay. How about we don't vote a Democrat or a Republican? How about we vote an independent? How about don't attach yourself to the same two parties, the same uniparty that's been destroying the country? Why is it that it's automatic if I don't want Trump, I have to be a Biden or Kamala voter? How about neither? How about you stop partaking in the broken uniparty and we start voting in somebody who's not a part of the entire machine, period? I don't know what it's going to take for a third party. I'm not in politics that deeply. I don't know the amount of money, the amount of legislation that may need to be passed or whatever thresholds that have to be hit. I don't care. I just know if I keep voting a Republican or a Democrat, I get war. I get spending. I get open borders, mass migrations, replacement of the natives. That's what we get. Either side gets voted. You get the same shit sandwich. Why partake? If we're such a free country, shouldn't you be able to vote an independent? Why is it so hard to break away from the establishment, Republicans and Democrats? If you have an independent candidate, is it impossible for them to actually make it to the presidency? And if it is, because I just don't know, I have no idea. Somebody who is far more politically inclined, please tell me, is it so impossible to get a third party candidate, an independent, in the White House that it's basically impossible? If it is the case that it is impossible, are we free? Is this truly a democracy? That's my next question. Don't you feel the same? They tell us we're the land of the free. We live in a democracy. We pick our leaders. Is it really picking your leaders if they're subordinate to two parties, two captured parties, which rich people, which foreign interests, which AIPAC, which all these other mega corporations influence directly? So you're telling me that my only choice for a candidate is one that's been co-opted by the establishment already. Establishment Democrats, establishment Republicans. Doesn't matter the name you give them, establishment regardless. So we have to pick from establishment candidates. That means we don't have a choice. That means your vote doesn't actually matter, does it? Just a simple logical question, like a logic chain of reasoning right here. We all want better. We all want a better country, a safer community. We want better schools. We want accessible, affordable health care. We want to see America prosper. We want America to prosper like we saw in the 50s and 60s. We want to be so far ahead of everybody else in the world that they're begging to break the door down to get in here. We want to take care of us first, then everybody else. Okay? How are we going to do that if the establishment is always fucking us over? How can we possibly do that if our vote doesn't actually matter and we're picking from corrupted candidates, co-opted already by the elite? If we are so free, if we are so wealthy, if we are so progressive, why can't we have a third party candidate? And why is it so hard for one to bubble up and reach, the presidency from the masses? Why can't we have an ordinary guy who's obviously skilled oratory and knows some things about politics and what it's like to be an average American? And I don't want to vote in a billionaire that comes from New York, that was a Democrat in the 90s. I don't want to vote for an establishment shill that sucked her way to the top. I don't want to vote for some boomer that's 90 years old and hardly alive with a speech impediment and shit. I don't want any of these people. Why is this my choice? This is what most Americans were asking for. Why are these our choices? These people should be retired. Half of them are walking skeletons. Go away. You're not fit to govern. You probably have to retake your driver's license because they have to make sure you're cognizant still to drive a car. Why are you driving the country? Why is this happening? Don't we sit here and ask these questions? It feels like I'm the only one and maybe a few other people, because the only other questions people are asking is literally defaulting to tribalism. I don't like what Trump's doing. You're a fucking Democrat. You're a fucking liberal. No, bro, I just don't like the current government. They're not doing what we voted them in for. Are you getting what you were promised? No. Deportation stopped completely. It's over. They're not even using the language of mass deportations anymore. It's get the criminals out. Okay, that's over with. Did you get anything? Did you get your tax break? Did you get your tariff money you were promised? You were promised a tax break, a sort of dividend fund. You got nothing. Did you get your fucking mass immigration stop? No, they're coming in legally now instead of just illegally over the border. Infinite Indians and infinite fucking H-1Bs with Chinese students, just infinite, just coming over here. Okay, where does America go first? We're bombing Iran for who? You think they're going to target America? They haven't targeted America at all. When did they target us? Oh, they're targeting Israel. Okay, so we got to bomb them for Israel. How is that America first? How is our lapdog, our vassal, supposedly the one leading us into war? Our allies said they don't want to join. All of NATO said, go fuck yourself. You were tariffing us to death. You were taking over Greenland. You were acting like it. You try to make Canada the 51st state. All these jokes about threatening sovereignty of your allies, telling us NATO's shit anyways, pay your dues, all that stuff. Okay, and then you want to ask us for our help now. We're alienating our friends. We're cozying up to a Middle Eastern country that doesn't give a shit about us, wants to see us fall anyway. We're getting into wars with $40 trillion in debt. We don't have the piggy bank to fight a war. We asked for a $200 billion funding extension. We're trying to appropriate $200 billion. I thought this was going to be over in a couple of weeks. At most, they told us. Couple days. After some strikes, we're decapitating their governments. It's over. It's a wrap. Venezuela, repeat. Look at what we're doing now. 8,000 Marines preparing to land where? On Karg Island, potentially. Special Forces or 82nd Airborne landing in what? To secure nuclear facilities? What are we doing? For who? Did anybody vote for this? I remember one of the main things he ran on was no new wars and release the Epstein files. You didn't get the Epstein files. Half of them are still redacted. 3 million are still missing. And you got wars going on. Those are like the two biggest things. And fix the prices that Biden's economy created. Seems like we're going right back to Biden prices, plus a war, plus no Epstein files. Everything's still redacted. You got what you vote. Where, man? Where? Do you see? It's okay to be angry. It's okay to say the establishment is not serving you. It's okay to say you're not getting what you're voted for. And it's okay to also say, I don't want to vote a Democrat in either. And I don't like this entire system. And I shouldn't be forced to choose a Democrat. I don't want any of these people. If you call yourself a Republican or a Democrat, you're a shill. It's like taking money from AIPAC. You can't be trusted. You took money from Big Pharma, from AIPAC, from Big Oil, from whoever else. Defense, the war industry. It's over for you. You can't be trusted. You've been bought. I don't want these people. I don't want a billionaire. I don't want some chick who sucked people off on the way to the top. And I don't want a dude who can't even remember his name. I don't want these geriatrics in the fucking presidency. And I don't want the shills that are coming after him. My next choice for voting is most likely going to be Nutjob AOC as VP. Fucking nutjob. Literally is dumb as shit. Doesn't understand anything. Or fucking, she's going to probably end up being on the ticket with who? Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's like the best Democrats can muster right now with appeal across from California to New York. Establishment Democrat. already positioning himself for the presidency, talking about we need to slow down on the more extremist progressive policies like LGBTQ and stuff like that. We need to meet Americans in the middle. Hey, shouldn't be taking so much money from AIPAC. There's way too much influence. He takes money from AIPAC. He's super influenced by the Israeli lobby. He's just telling you what you want to hear because he's about to make a play for the presidency. So we're getting two retards, again, establishments, or we're going to get what? Rubio, because Vance is already signaling he's going to step down to spend more time with his kids. No, you got the Iran war that completely tainted your run for presidency. You're going to wait to run maybe 4 years later after 2028. You're going to be a 2032 candidate? Please, guys, explain this to me. So you're voting Rubio and who? Establishment shills. Literally, they got on tape saying that Rubio is our access to the White House. We have been grooming Rubio since forever. Do you see what your choices are? Is it even a choice? Or is it always their choice that wins? This is the problem I have with the political machine. And if you say this out loud, you're a fucking shill. You like Kamala. You want to vote Democrat. You're just anti-America. You're not patriotic. Are you really the enemy then? I think those people are actually the enemy because they're the ones upholding the system. Doesn't that make them the real enemies of Americans? The ones who keep partaking in this fucking sham, this charade you call your elections? Shouldn't we start calling those Americans out? It should honestly be a stain on your intelligence and your reputation when you say some shit like I vote Republican or Democrat. All of us here on the ground floor living in America everyday life should start looking at these people go like, ew, dude, you support big corporations? You support foreign lobbies? You're a shill. You're unpatriotic. You're voting Republican or Democrat. What's wrong with you? Do you fucking hate America or something? Do you not see what they've done the last 40, 50, 60 years to America? You're voting for more of that? What's their track record? I don't know. It's a long history. You could look at it. It's shit. You want more shit. These people need to be looked down upon. You should not belong to a political party. That's a joke. Give us great leaders, or you're going to get more of this.
But the long-term benefits, again, are incalculable.
There may be some sacrifices to be made at the pump on a temporary basis. I'm willing to pay 30% or 30 cents more at the pump to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
To win in life, you got to suffer short-term pain for the long-term gain, or short-term pain for long-term gain.
Freedom is not free. Americans are going to have to make some sacrifices.
This is short term, and I'm asking you to just trust the man.
Okay. Yeah, just trust more. Bro, how are you trusting the plan yet? Are you plan trusters happy with 5D chess? Fuck, man. They're just literally shitting on us. Insane. How long does America have until Civil War? Who the fuck knows? Honestly. Americans love eating shit at the moment. They're completely propagandized. It's sad to say. Thanks, brother.
Yagu King donated $5. Our political system is broken structurally because of the requirements needed to get third parties on the ballot, which the Dems and Repubs made it this way intentionally.
Is that what it is? I need to read up on that and see what the real problem is. I haven't looked myself.
At Fresh Media 15 donated $4.99. The Homelander face. At Fresh Media 15 donated $4.99. The Homelander face is appropriate for our current political leadership.
Pretty much, yeah.
A Damp 911 donated $5. I heard something about if Vance won the presidency with Trump as vice president. If Vance stepped down, Trump legally would get a third term.
Oh, Lord. I hope that's not their strategy. Can you imagine that being their strategy? He just runs as VP on the ticket and then somehow gets... Their numbers look horrible. I don't see how that would work now because of the war. Yeah. That'd be shocking. I think this one too, Tim Dillon was talking about it. Look, listen, just listen.
Everybody's telling him that all these nations are weak. And I don't know anything about Cuba really, so I'm not commenting on it. But you know what? Iran was very weakened too. Iran was a very weakened nation. Now the Straits of Hormuz are becoming a unsolvable problem. Now we're playing around with the ground invasion of this Karg Island, which is where their energy infrastructure is. We're thinking about ground troops. Can you get something up about this ground troops on Karg Island or something like this? People are thinking that we're in an escalatory war that cannot end without us admitting we've made a tremendous kind of mistake here and then retreating. This is going to redesign the balance of power in the Middle East. It's certainly going to push more power to Israel and away from the United States. The Gulf allies are going to be incredibly affected by this. They've been affected by it, but it's going to even get worse. Dubai is panicking. A lot of the luxury brands that are in Dubai are panicking. And this is probably going to push a lot of people towards the relative stability of China. And,
that's a big one.
This is like a geopolitical mistake on a massive scale. It's not
that's a big one.
Going into a majority Muslim country, which is a bad idea. But there's also geopolitical ramifications now that it's driving up the price of oil. It's going to hurt the U.S. dollar. It's going to hurt our relationship with many of our allies in the Middle East.
They're already saying they pulled a bunch of European countries, and they're already looking towards China as a more stable partner for the future. Just because we're so wish-washy, our politics change dramatically, and our relationships with our allies alongside whoever gets voted for the office. So America can't even be trusted anymore. There's no status quo, like no matter who gets voted in, at least internationally, we are bound by some understanding and the treaties that we have and who's our real partners. That's all gone. It got torn to shreds with Trump. So America is not seen as a good ally anymore.
Laid bare their military wall. Amazing. It's not able to just go in there and take out Iran after, selling weapons to the Ukraine and Israel for the last 4 or 5 years. Trump has talked about seizing Iran's Karg Island, but what would that look like? Probably not good. He's also weighing a seizure of Iran's critical depot on Karg Island, a move that would require U.S. boots on the ground if tankers remain bottled up in the Persian Gulf, U.S. officials say. Oil and gas prices are rising as Iran's blockade of the Gulf's narrow strait drags on, choking off a significant share of the world's crude oil. Iran is blocking Gulf countries from exporting their oil while allowing tankers picking up Iranian crude to pass freely, keeping its own oil flowing to China and other countries. As long as the blockade holds and Gulf oil is restricted, Trump could not end the war even if he wanted to, a source with knowledge of the situation said. Well, of course he can. Of course he can't now because we've made this is a geopolitical disaster. It's a global economic disaster. Like all these dummies that are talking about why this is a good idea, and it breaks down to some version of Iran is bad. They're bad. Whatever. But this is a geopolitical nightmare now. It's an economic catastrophe. And the people, these like dumb, maybe well-meaning, maybe not, people that are trying to justify this as anything other than a strategic blunder are all being exposed as like shills. People that are just, completely and utterly out of the loop. This is not how you project power. You don't project power by getting your allies attacked and making a big mess of everything. You project power by not invading a country, not getting stuck at a stalemate, not having the price of oil skyrocket, and not getting your allies attacked. That's how you project power. And that power that you keep and you reserve is for when you are in a war, an aggressive war that you're confronted with, or there's something that's literally something you have to deal with. But a war of choice, largely at the behest of a foreign power, if not completely, where you're jeopardizing the entire region and the global economy, is not a way to project power. It is the way a dying empire spits and sputters out. Anyone with any level of intelligence, and I'm a community college dropout, but they'll tell you that this is not the way an empire projects power. This is how they fall. This is how they spin out, where you have...
See, this is the retardation I'm talking about in America. This fucking retard. Listen to this. We taking advice from bisexual comedians now? It's the same line of thinking. We taking advice from Democrats now? We're taking advice from liberals now? We're taking advice from Republicans now? Same sides of the retarded aisle. Both of you. Peas in a pod. Fucking morons. Same shit. When I get the messaging, when I look up online news sources, we taking advice from CNN now? We're taking advice from Fox News now? No, you fucking retard. You're listening so that you can gather information. You don't think he has good opinions or can have a good opinion because he's bisexual comedian? Who gives a fuck? You're a broke retard, most likely. Who should take your opinion on anything? I hate these people that are like this. You're literally showing your low IQ with some low IQ fucking takes like I'm about to crash out. I haven't even eaten today. This guy's making me crash out because this stupidity will never end. We probably need a fucking genocide, actually. Everybody that thinks that way. That's why our democracy is so shit. This tribal fucking thinking. We got to deal with these fucking morons at the bottom of society, bro. We cater to them in politics. We always have to talk down. This is why politics have gone so retarded. We have to talk down to people. We have to talk to every little tribe about their little issues. We can't vote in tandem what's better for the country long term because we got to gimme dats. We got to gimme dats to this community. Give me that too. Breads and circuses, bro. Not my team. Not my fucking team. This is why we're going to get fucking raped by Russia in the future. They literally just passed the fucking ethnic unity law to make sure everybody has to speak Mandarin and get in the Mandarin culture, and all the other minorities have to assimilate. They have a unified government with a unified culture and a unified identity. If anyone's lasting long term, it's a unified country. We got to cater to retards that pick a team like it's sports. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. How are we going to make it? How are we going to make it in this country when you have people that literally think chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows? There's medicine in glasses. There's fucking tribalism, like I don't pick team red ever. Vote blue no matter who. I vote for her because she's a woman. Most of you need to lose your fucking right to vote. Almost all of you probably need to lose your right to vote. And maybe we could pick better leaders because they wouldn't have to cater to you fucking idiots at the bottom. This shit is crazy to me. We're literally having to cater to people with a fucking retard IQ level. Do you understand? Why do you think our country's failing? We have to farm votes from retards. Holy shit. Grab him by the pussy. He made it. He made it as a president. Do you know why? Because people like you exist. That's why we have no statesmen. Our country requires no statesmen. We are in a slow managed decline in a popularity vote where you can say some inflammatory shit and get a bunch of people on your team and vote for you like it's a TV show, Dancing with the Stars. And then this is our guy that's going to lead us right now. Zero follow through, just sound bites. And people wonder, why the fuck is this happening to our country? Why is the West falling? Hey, bro, have you seen the average intelligence of the average human when you interact with them? It's scary. These people vote. That's a funny meme we have. These people vote. They can't tell you how many moons Saturn has. Fuck that even. There are people that think the Earth is bigger, that the moon is bigger than Earth. Okay, when you ask people how many moons does the Earth have, they go 12. You want to know how fucking retarded? Oh my God, I got the perfect video that segues into this. I was saving it too. Listen to this shit. We have millions of these people in the world, in our world.
What is the length of a 40-foot container? 10.
10.
Yeah.
What's the plural term for shell?
1.
Are you still stuck in the other question?
Yeah.
And what's the plural term for shell?
10.
Yeah, you're still stuck in the other question, are you?
Yeah.
Which musical instrument has 88 keys?
88 keys. Well. 11. 11.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, 11.
So what's 4 plus 2?
4 plus 2. 9. 6.
What's 1 plus 1?
3.
These people vote. These people vote. My vote doesn't matter because they vote. And I'm not making this racial like they as in black. I mean, just low IQ people in general are allowed to vote in our democracies of all races. I don't care. It doesn't matter. These people vote by the millions.
At WP869 donated CA $5. I'm anti-Israel, and I like Myron's message, but Myron is a paid shill to stir up on hate Israel. I understand there's controlled opposition in all side.
I mean, I wouldn't know, bro. I honestly don't keep up with that shit. I just know some of the bigger ones are for sure paid or controlled opposition, some form of like a release valve. Again, I'm asking you, do you think your vote matters? These are the people who vote. These are the mob. These are the overwhelming voices that drown you out. Now, if there's a headline that says grab them by the pussy or we're going to do whatever, something like that, he's going to read that. They, people in this IQ range, doesn't fucking matter. The bottom dregs of society are going to read that shit and go, fuck yeah, that's my guy. Then the other half of the gender is just going to vote in a woman because she's a woman. These videos are not clickbait. Have you been around the population, the general population? It is extremely difficult for you to understand how fucking stupid below average actually is. Okay? It's hard to quantify. The military doesn't take anybody at, 83 or 81 IQ points? You're not worth cannon fodder. You can't follow basic directions. There is millions of Americans below 81. Millions. Tens of millions of people. They vote. Universal suffrage was a mistake. Forget women. Forget the 19 needs to be... No. We need to repeal universal suffrage. Very few people should be allowed to vote. Very few are capable of voting for the betterment of the country long term. Your next presidential election will be appealing to the lowest common denominator. This is why the country looks like, behaves like, functions like the lowest common denominator. We have no standards. I'm going to play this one more time. Listen, watch his face.
What is the length of a 40-foot container?
10.
10.
Yeah.
What's the plural term for shell?
1.
Are you still stuck in the other question?
1. What is the plural word for shell? 1. How? What is the word? 1. How? How, bro? My man interviewing looks confused too.
Yeah.
And what's the plural term for shell?
10.
Yeah, you're still stuck in the other question, are you?
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him. He has there's like no soul here. Look at this. This expression, like there's nothing upstairs. This one's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Is this real? He's checking in with the cameraman. Are you getting this shit? He's literally looking at the cameraman like, the fuck? What's happening right now? He has to do a double check eye contact with cameraman like, yeah, are you getting this shit? What the fuck is this guy on? Is he high? No, he has no brain. It's just not, it's non-existent.
Which musical instrument has 88 keys?
88 keys. Well. 11.
Which instrument has 88? I don't know. I would guess a piano just because there's so many keys on top, right? All the white keys and the black. Just a guess, bro. It's like a logical guess, right? And you're inferring. Is it piano? I don't even know. I don't play piano. I would just infer logically that, an instrument with a lot of keys, piano's got to be one of them. Let's guess piano. He said 11. Instrument. Instrument, bro. The word instrument. I don't think he knows what an instrument is. And so, what has 88 question marks? 11. 11? Brother, I'm asking you about musical instrument. What are you talking about? 11. Then he says, what's the plural of a word? He doesn't know what plural means. What is the question mark of words? And he gave an answer. What did he give? Fucking 10? 10. How long is a 40-foot container? 40 fucking feet. You can't even recite the sentence in your head. How long is a 40-foot container? No internal monologue, correct. No brains, bro. No brain. By the millions, we have these people in the United States already. By the millions, there's people like this. Millions in Europe. You think you're voting your way out of this shit?
Another question. 11.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, 11.
Bro, he is shocked, right? Dumbfounded. Absolutely dumbfounded. What do you mean by that? He doesn't even know. What do you mean by that? Look at his face. Nothing. It's like breathing. Is breathing a task for you? Bro, he's just stupendous look on his face. What the fuck is happening?
So what's 4 plus 2?
4 plus 2.
4 plus 2. You got a man in the back just double checking with 4 plus 2, dog. What's 4 plus 2? 4 plus 2. At what point in your childhood did you figure out what 4.2 was? Or 4 plus 2 was? How old were you? 5? 5 years old? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, son, add 2. 2 more apples. Count them out. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are not compatible. You cannot bring people into a first world nation that are this fucking stupid. You cannot allow people that already live in a first world nation that are this fucking stupid to vote.
9. 6.
What's 1 + 1?
3.
Bro. It's a skit. He says it's a skit, bro. It's a skit. You never been around the general population. It's a skit, dog. How badly you wish it was a skit, bro. That shit is crazy.
People without any justification running around talking about how well we're doing, gaslighting the public. Our government's completely dysfunctional, and everybody knows it, and most of the people know it. There's small groups of them that, you know, continue to believe whatever, and I don't care, you know. If you look at the polls, there's probably more people that believe, you know, the things that people are saying than I am potentially, than I would think. It's a little disturbing, but that's fine. I have friends like that. They don't care. Iran's bad. You know what they do to women? Yeah, I hate it. How's this going to help? You're going to get a more hardline guy now.
Adamp911 donated $5. My sister is a PhD teacher but quit to homeschooling her kids. She said because the schools are just passing people. She had 8th graders reading barely at a 2nd grade level. Plus she said kids were being groomed into...
We're being groomed in what? It cuts off early. I have to fix that. Let me see.
Adamp911 donated $5.
Being groomed into things?
Adamp911
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, public schooling is how your son is just, your daughter's going to end up being completely nothing. Holy crap. Thanks, Des, for the gifted sub. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know why that didn't pop up. When somebody gifts a sub, let me know. I want to see if that alert's firing off live, too. And unless I missed it. I didn't hear the perfect go off. So, yeah, let me know. I got to keep an eye on that. You did? Oh, it did earlier? Did you actually see it on the stream?
You're going to get a more hardline
Yeah, appreciate you for the gift to send it. Let me know if the stream pops up, too.
guy, or you're going to get a nuclear exchange, or you're going to get Israel, the U.S. Somebody's going to use, Israel maybe, I don't know, use nuclear weapons. Then you're going to get a generational religious war for the rest of our time on Earth, which might be short. And this is what we're going to get, because all the neoliberal retards that run around cities like New York and L.A., but here to a lesser extent, because they're too stupid here, which is a fucking blessing. All of these people that are running around these places, and they think the world is still America's plaything. They think the world is still America's plaything because they've gotten so used to gambling on the blood of other people's children and other people's money, and the debt that future generations will pay back. So they still flex, for lack of a better word, that we own this world, and who the fuck does Putin think he is? And we'll go over there and fuck him up. No, we won't. No, we won't. So you can share the globe, or you can perish. You know, or the system can collapse under its own weight. It's pretty obvious to everybody. All these people that talk like America, well, there's a lot of people that want to see America's power diminish in the world. The people that are pushing this war, whether they know it or not, have done more to diminish America's standing in the world than anyone I have ever seen in my life. We're in a terribly difficult position right now, and in a very public way.
It is so true. Let's look at this clown show.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here. Before I ask you a few questions, I want to call everyone's attention again to this fundraising email signed by the president that Senator Kelly mentioned earlier, in which the President of the United States invites his campaign donors to, quote, claim your spot, join now to receive private national security briefings to his political donors, featuring a photo of the president at a dignified transfer ceremony with a flag-draped coffin of an American service member killed in action returning to their family. And the American people need to know that the President of the United States is fundraising for his political campaign and his PAC using images.
At Death Isn't Enough donated $2. Can you speak on birth control and water supply?
Oh, that's been an old issue, bro. There's not much to say on there other than you better have a reverse osmosis filter at home or buy your bottled water or something, because, I mean, you're showering in that shit. You're doing, your exposure is nonstop, especially if you guys are cooking rice at home or anything that reduces water to a boil, steamed, stuff like that. It's just concentrating all that toxic in your rice, in your whatever that you're cleaning. Careful.
Of American service members killed in action, and it's a disgrace. Now, Director Gabbard, I'd like to reground this in your core responsibilities. Under the law, you are responsible for providing national intelligence to the president, correct?
Yes.
And to the heads of executive branch departments and agencies, yes?
Yes.
And to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and senior military commanders?
Across the IC, yes.
And to the Senate and the House and relevant committees, correct?
Yes.
And the law states that the national intelligence you provide to Congress, quote, should be timely, objective, and independent of political considerations, correct?
Yes.
And you noted in your opening statement you're here fulfilling a statutory responsibility and that your testimony, quote, represents the IC's assessment of threats,
That's right.
correct? That opening statement, as submitted to the committee in advance of this hearing, stated that as a result of last summer's airstrikes, quote, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And is that in fact the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes?
Yes.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community.
Yes.
The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. That's a statement from the White House. Quote, the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime. Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was an imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime?
The intelligence community assessed that Iran maintained the intention to rebuild and to continue to grow their nuclear enrichment capability.
Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, yes or no?
Senator, the only person who can determine what is and is not an imminent threat is the president.
False. This is the worldwide threats hearing where you present to Congress national intelligence, timely, objective, and independent of political considerations. You've stated today that the intelligence community's assessment is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated and that, quote, there had been no efforts since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability. Was it the intelligence community's assessment that nevertheless, despite this obliteration, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Okay.
That is
What? Tulsi let me down so much, dude. Tulsi let me down so much. Even RFK Jr. let me down. We can't get rid of glyphosate, boys, because it's too important to farming. We're going to keep poisoning you, America. Make America healthy again. Hey, let's remove a couple of dyes here and there. That's it. Holy shit.
At Death Isn't Enough donated $2. When are you going to add a black pill emote?
I'm adding the emotes after this stream. I have a bunch finished. So you guys all the subs will have a bunch more emotes that you could use. Yeah. They're all mostly done. I just have to individually upload all of them.
Here's the problem.
I got a really funny one. Let me put it up for you guys. I don't think everybody has seen these yet, but let me show you what we got cooking. Your boy's cooking off stream. There it is. Show you what your boy is cooking. There's a bunch of emotes. Here's one that's coming up soon. We got this one. We got a bunch of them. This is a sugar baby. This is simp. There's a simp right here giving his money away. These are pay pigs. We got the angry single mother. We got the Wojaks and the Pepes laughing their asses off. You got more angry black pill doomers right here. These are the doomers in the black hole. Just a bunch of other emotes. And we got one chopped for dating profiles. Here's a Stacy, of course. Jester one. Got to work on the Jester one too. International visas, passport bros right here. Got your passports. Don't even know what he made here. Not going to use that one though, or this one. Got another one for simp. Simple stuff based. There's the black pill, red pill, blue pill that we're going to have. And we even have a beta bucks alpha fucks right here. The beta's like got his little, he's got a funny little, can I make it bigger? There you go. You can see these a little closer. There's our chat right there. And there's your black pill doomer right here. Blue pill simp, sweating it out. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff coming through. These are just emoticons for the live streams, but I have to upload them all. It's funny as fuck. This is the very last one I was making. It came out so good though. I need to make more of them.
No, it is precisely your responsibility to determine what constitutes.
They're available to anybody that's just sub to the channel. Yeah, they're like the sub exclusive emotes.
It's a threat to the United States. This is the worldwide threats hearing where, as you noted in your opening testimony, quote, you represent the IC's assessment of threats. You are here to represent the IC's assessment of threats. That's a quote from your own opening statement. And so my question is, as you're here to present the IC's assessment of threats, was it the assessment of the intelligence community that, as the White House claimed on March 1st, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
Once again, Senator, the intelligence community has provided the inputs that make up this annual threat assessment.
You won't answer the question.
It is the nature of the imminent threat that the president has to make that determination based on a collection and volume
Tulsi.
of information and intelligence that he is provided with.
You're here to be timely, objective, and independent of political considerations.
Exactly what I'm doing.
No, you're evading a question because to provide a candid response to the committee would contradict a statement from the White House. Let me ask you about your presence in Fulton County on January 28th of this year. You were present at the FBI's raid on the Fulton County Elections Office on January 28th, correct?
I was present for part of the FBI exercising a warrant approved by a municipal judge.
Yes, and the FBI was there executing that warrant to seize ballots and materials associated with the 2020 election, correct?
Yes.
And are you aware that members of this committee have already opened inquiries into your election-related activities?
Yes.
And are you aware that your general counsel and deputy general counsel have already provided testimony to this committee regarding those activities?
Yes.
On February 2nd, you sent a letter to Senator Warner regarding your presence at the raid. Was that letter accurate?
I don't recall the exact date, but if I sent a letter that had my signature, it was accurate.
You stated in the letter that your presence at the raid was, quote, requested by the president, correct?
Yes.
When did the president request your presence at the raid?
The day of the raid, the warrant execution commencing.
The day of the raid.
Yes.
He called you on the phone?
I'm not going to disclose how the message was delivered, but it was a request from the president and his administration to go and help oversee this warrant being executed, along with the deputy director of the FBI.
Is it your role
and
to
thank
oversee?
the FBI agents who were conducting
Is it
this
your
warrant.
role to oversee the execution of criminal warrants?
It is my role, based on statute that Congress has passed, to have oversight over election security, to include counterintelligence.
But you said you oversaw the raid, correct? You just testified you oversaw the raid?
Portions of it.
Okay. Did you handle any ballots or election-related materials?
No.
You were inside an FBI evidence truck, correct? You were photographed inside an FBI evidence truck.
It was an empty truck, yes.
The president stated, quote, you looked at votes that wanted to be checked out.
The
Is that
senator's
accurate?
time is expired.
Did you look at votes as the president
Senator
stated?
Ossoff, your time has expired.
You respond
can
for the
have
record?
her. No, she cannot respond because.
No, for the record. Will the director please respond for the record to that question?
I'm happy to respond to questions for the record.
Thank you, Director Gabbard.
Thank you.
Lord. Keeps getting worse.
Director Gabbard, last year you testified that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon. Do you stand by that statement? Yes or no?
Context matters with that statement.
Yes or no?
Iran had all of the
reclaim my
materials
time.
and
I reclaim my
capabilities
time.
to do so.
Mr. Chairman, I reclaim my time. It's an easy answer. You either stand by what you said last year or not.
It is a serious question that requires the totality
Director
of the
Gabbard, I
information
reclaim my
available.
time. I reclaim my time. Did you, when President Trump was asked about your testimony, he said you were wrong. Were you lying or not?
I stand by the intelligence
Great.
community's
With that,
complete assessment.
Director Ratcliffe, when it came to the director's testimony, she said that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon last spring in Congress, and so the Supreme Leader has not authorized the nuclear weapons program. Do you agree with what she said or not? Yes or no?
The director's right here. She can speak for herself.
Oh, so I thought this was an intelligence community briefing. Let's move on. Trump also said he didn't care what you thought or said. Should he care about what you have to say when it comes to intelligence?
I continue to provide the president with the intelligence community.
Bro, Patel is just in another planet right now. He's thinking of his sugar walls at home. Look at him, look at him, look at him. Why am I even here? I am not equipped for this job. This shit is crazy. Please don't call my name out. I didn't do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Holy hell, bro.
Community's assessments on all matters.
So let me just kind of get this straight. The department...
He's like, if I look down and away like we're in school, the teacher won't call on me. I just have to look away. Oh, shit. Okay.
You said that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon last year. President Trump said he didn't care what you thought, and you were wrong. They engaged in Operation Midnight Hammer. He then says it was obliterated. We hear later reports that in open source reporting that it was only set back by a few months. Then at the beginning of this war, he said that they were weeks away. I just want to kind of get a sense of, were they weeks away of achieving a nuclear weapon? Yes or no?
Congressman, this is a serious matter, and you've made some very serious mischaracterizations
yes
here.
Yes or no? Were they weeks
and so
away?
It would be
yes
a disservice to you and the American people to answer
I reclaim my
this question
time.
with a mere yes or no.
My time.
Of course he. I reclaim my time. Fuck. Answer the third question.
Weeks away or not? The American people need to know if this was an imminent threat or not. If they're weeks away or not. If they're months away or not. None of this dodging. Were they an imminent threat? Yesterday you said that only the president, only person who can determine what is an imminent threat is the president of the United States. Do you stand by that statement?
Yes, I do.
Director Ratcliffe, do you agree with that assessment? That the president is the only person that can determine if something is an imminent threat or not?
The president, as commander-in-chief, gets to make a decision about what's an imminent threat. The intelligence community, well, the intelligence...
Reclaim my time.
The intelligence...
Reclaim my time.
Intelligence community has provided a body of intelligence that supports
the reason why
the decision
is that if the
president
can determine and ignore what you're doing, why do you guys even have a job? Why do you even advise them? So you're saying tomorrow the president of the United States can say China is an imminent threat, and then he can take his own... No matter what the intelligence says, he can take his own action. So that's what you're basically saying. Okay, let's go on. Director Gabbard, you said that North Korea has intercontinental ballistic missiles that can reach the homeland. Yet, the Defense Department said that Iran was at least 10 years away from achieving an intercontinental ballistic missile that can reach the homeland. Which one is a more serious threat, North Korea or Iran?
These threats are taken within the context of the in total body of intelligence reporting.
So that's it should be, and that's my point. It's not just about having the capability of building a weapon. It's if they can actually deliver that weapon, if they can they have the intention of doing that. How many weeks away are they? We haven't heard that there were weeks away. We haven't heard that there were months away. But that's what we're waiting for. Imminent, to me, means is that they're mobilizing troops. They're moving things into position, artillery. They're getting ready to attack. But everything that we've heard is that this is not the case.
Okay. Hey, this is our government, folks. What's the other side saying?
I'm joined now by Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders, who serves on the Veterans Affairs Committee, and just today filed 3 joint resolutions of disapproval to force an end to the war in Iran.
Hey.
At Isaac Vanderbilt 4,505 donated $2. Dude looks like he going to dip a scone into salsa.
Let's start on the Veterans Affairs Committee that you served on. And I know you've been incredibly active in veterans issues throughout the duration of your career. And one of the things that I think anyone who's worked with veterans and around veterans knows is the gravity, the solemnity, the stakes of war, of what it means to send people to war, what it means to be shooting at people and possibly causing their death, and what that can mean to the people that do it. And I just wonder your reaction to see the glibness, the weird...
Remember, it's all fucking propaganda, but just listen to what they're pushing.
Casualness, the strange...
Fox News tells us short-term pain, long-term gain. Hey, nothing's wrong. Go pay your taxes, pay your bills, pay higher prices. It's fine. We're benefiting. They're going to attack us.
Strangeness of the way this president seems to undertake this entire enterprise.
Look, we are living, as I think most people know, with a president who is a pathological liar. He is an authoritarian. What concerns him most is wealth and power. I think he has very little empathy for his fellow human beings. And you're quite right. It is extremely dangerous that a man like that is president of the United States. And Chris, what we have got to do, is figure out why that happened and how we build a political movement of working people that ends Trumpism once and for all, starting in 2026.
As I mentioned, there were 3 resolutions introduced today to try to force votes that would restrain the war, both in terms of the U.S. war in Iran, arms sales to Israel as well. What are those resolutions, and is there any hope of success as were the war to drag on?
Is there hope of success? I would like to think so. I wouldn't bet the farm on it. You got a lot of people here in Congress who are under the thumb of AIPAC and other special interests. The bottom line is that to give another 20,000 bombs to a country which committed genocide in Gaza happens to be, among many other things, forget the moral issue, happens to be in violation of American law. You don't sell arms, according to American law, to countries that violate international law and human rights. Clearly, Israel has done that. Israel talked Netanyahu, who for 40 years has wanted a war with Iran, finally got a president to go along with him, started this war. And it's not only the horror that's taking place in Iran right now.
And people don't know this fertilizer shortage. We are so boned, dude. We're on a, what did I see? Oil is 2 to 3 weeks delay where prices start to skyrocket uncontrollably because all the tankers on the water would have fully unloaded everything. And then fertilizer is like a double-edged sword. It's not just the Iran war that's causing the shortage because of the Strait of Hormuz is closed. On top of that, the Houthis said they're going to close the other strait, and they're just waiting, or was it Hezbollah? I think it was the Houthis. And they're just waiting from Iran, who said that that's going to be one of their aces, that if the United States tries to take Karg Island, they're going to have the Houthis close the other strait. So they're just waiting. But on top of that, China has banned the export of their fertilizer or whatever chemical processes that they're also exporting to us. We are fucked. And this is planting season that we're in. We need this stuff now. Our farmers need it now. We're going to have some of the worst fucking yields potentially right now, this year. Yeah. Spring farming season initiation for 2026. Yeah. Can you imagine what's about to happen? I've already seen steak prices. Red meat has gone up. Chicken has held steady, but to go to Costco and buy a pack of like New York strips, they're already up $1 from what I saw. So imagine.
Something like 15%, a million people.
Yeah, we're going to really eat the bug. I don't have that shirt here. We're really about to eat the bugs, bro. Bug sandwiches for everybody.
In Lebanon have been displaced. Israel is moving aggressively in the West Bank, killing people, displacing people, making the idea of a two-state solution virtually impossible. Why anybody in their right minds would want to continue funding Israel is beyond me.
It's not just, of course, funding Israel, which is a partner in this war. And I should note the International Court of Justice has allowed for that international law case of accusing them of genocide to go forward, though there has not been a determination on that. But there's also, of course, the U.S. spending.
Yeah, a little bit of unconventional thinking. People become obsequious. Yeah. A little bit of conventional thinking, though.
The word today that it's going to be a $200 billion war supplemental request coming from the White House to the Senate. I got to say, and maybe I'm a cockeyed optimist, I think that's going to be a tough vote for them to win, but maybe I'm crazy.
Look, this is, Chris, on top of a $1 trillion appropriation. They want another $200 billion. You got people all over this country, 20% of households spending 50% of their income on housing. People can't afford health care. People can't afford child care.
Yep, that's true.
This guy, in addition to giving tax breaks to billionaires, now wants to spend another $200 billion on a war that should never have been fought. So I think, clearly, I think the Trump people are in a bit of panic. They're losing ground. Gas prices are soaring. There is massive discontent against this war. It's got to.
Nothing happened with Doge. Doge got cut early because of political reasons. It was unpopular. None of the cuts got codified by the Congress, and whatever money they managed to save is completely eclipsed by the Iran war. So, got what you voted for again.
And we got to make sure that Trump is neutered in 2026.
There was some news today. I've been watching you. You've been spending more and more time talking about AI and talking about what it might do to the American economy. There was news today that caught my eye, and I think it caught yours as well, which is Jeff Bezos, who's one of the richest men in the world. He's worth $234 billion, is planning both to kind of use robots to replace maybe thousands, hundreds of thousands of Amazon workers. But he's also now going to raise a fund that is going to be investing in the automation and replacement of manufacturing workers in all sorts of industries everywhere. This seems like, I don't know, maybe not a great idea given the way that what we've seen happening to America's manufacturing core. But I guess...
Why do you think we're learning how to use Claude Code, baby?
I'd say
not
it's
a joke.
Private decision in a private market. What can you do?
Well, there's a lot that we can do. I mean, for a start, we may be wanting to be talking about a tax on robots. But for a start, what we are seeing now is a handful of the wealthiest people in the world, Bezos being one, Mark Zuckerberg, Ellison, pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into the development and implementation of AI and robotics. And what is the goal? The goal, obviously, is to make money for corporations and themselves and to replace human labor. And now Bezos is upfront about it. Hey, we can automate, put robots in manufacturing plants all over America, throw workers out on the street. We can make these companies have more and more money and more profits. The only thing that maybe Bezos hasn't considered is if you create mass unemployment, if people are not earning any money, how the hell are they going to buy anything? What happens to the economy? And I think there is more and more concern.
That's the part he doesn't understand. Who the hell's going to buy anything? The rich people, bro. The rich people are already the majority of consumption. We are getting a bifurcated economy where you serve rich people on one end, who are the mass spenders, and then everybody else who gets pittance, very little. The luxury market is booming. Wealth is concentrated at the top. These products will be for wealthy people. They don't need you poors. You don't have purchasing power. He's failing to understand that the economy will service only the rich in the future if we keep headed in this direction. That's what he's not getting. It's insane. Everybody keeps saying this stupid shit at the bottom of the ladder. Who's going to buy all your products? Not you, bro, that could afford barely anything at all anyways. You're not the target. Already, we're seeing this in the construction sector. For example, do you know why they only build McMansions and no more starter homes? Because starter homes are for poor people, and you don't make money from poor people. You build luxury only. Luxury condominiums, luxury apartments, luxury homes. Because those make money. Because rich people have money, even in economic downturns. They don't care about you, poor. They don't realize this shit yet, though. That's the crazy part.
About the impact of AI and robotics being pushed again by people who have endless amounts of greed. That's all.
Yeah, we're not a part of their equation, you guys. We're getting replaced. They don't need us for labor anymore. They don't got to increase wages anymore. They don't need the factories anymore, staffed with a bunch of people. They don't need us anymore. Really soon they won't. When robotics get really good, even blue-collar jobs will be threatened. We're on the clock. The rich don't need the poor anymore for anything. We can be replaced. We can die off. It will be those that have, and that's it. You think they're going to drag up the bottom with them? No, they don't have to anymore. Before they did, because you needed happy workers. Happy workers are productive. You had to give them enough money because there is a curve. If you give them too little money, they're not productive enough. They don't care. If you give them too much money, they don't work as hard. So you got to give them just enough to keep them coming back. You got to give them health care. You got to give them things. Lunch breaks. Pensions. They don't need any of this shit anymore. We don't have to placate. The rich never need to placate to poor people ever again because your body is not needed for labor anymore. You're getting replaced by a robot that works 24/7, never takes a break, never stops, runs only on electricity, never makes mistakes, never complains, doesn't clock in or out, doesn't have fucking shit happen with, human resources? Nothing. Silently. Works in the dark. Come on, man. Who's going to buy their products? Not you, not me. Or to be exterminated.
These guys want more wealth and more power for themselves. But Bezos has been blatant. We're going to throw workers out on the street, and we're going to make more money for manufacturing companies.
I mean, you know, send gas to $5 a gallon and take away everyone's jobs through automation. And I mean, good luck. I don't know what exactly people think the game plan is here. Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go, boys. That's our future.
Bruh.
Prepare that ass. All right. Chilling for a little bit, then calling it. I wanted to show you guys some of this. What was it? The stuff we got coming down the pipe. Where's my little emojis? Let me put my screen up here just so you guys can get an idea. I want your honest opinions. We're working on it. What is it? Screen? Okay. So this is our badge and slash. You've already seen this. Like this is the highlight. You've already seen that. This is probably going to be one of the highlight from some of the people that have, obviously, those permanent upgrades. But here's what we have these. Oh, I have two chats coming in here on this screen. 1 second. Who's doubling up here? There we go. Damn, I have triple chats here. Okay. There. It's like level 1, level 2, level 3 that appears. This is a dollar amount. I think this is 0. This is from 20 to 50 per stream. These appear per stream. 50 plus, you get this ruby one, something like that. I think this is all-time supporter. Yeah, all-time supporter down here. These are the badges. Can you guys see my little... You can't see. Oh, in the center. The screen won't show my fucking... There you go. So these three right here are the all-timers, something like this. This is the bronze one, 100, 500, and then this is the 1,000. I don't know what these bottoms are. We're going to forget those bottom ones. So this is what they look like. And then we have the tier 1 through 5ers, just for the subs. And this is what they look like. Let me see. This is the final right here. And then you have your tier 1, kind of like bronze, silver, gold, you know, your Dota or your League, StarCraft or League of Legends. Who else uses that tier system by metals? So you'll have these on your profile. Hopefully I could get them to appear correctly. And then he's fucked up, so I just told him next. Yeah. There you go. That's what we have coming down the pipe. And then, of course, you can see in the background here. Let me minimize this out the way. Ooh. This is obviously our setup right here. And let me put on the demo for the chat. So here's what the chat demo looks like. So you can see maybe their default. They're defaulted. Let me see. Demo mode on. Here we go. Now a bunch of these are going to start coming on, and some of them should be... There's the orange. We've seen those already on people. 2,000 kicks. Some of the bigger ones should start coming in through also. So you can see what the colors look like and stuff, the little effects. There's the star system. The star system is where those other... What do you call it? other badges are going to go through. So yeah, I'm trying to have all these placed so that they follow you. Oh, look, there's the new kick sub. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the subs themselves. I have to fix these. Let me mute these subs because they're going to start popping off like crazy. Let me stop the demo. You get an idea though. You get these little star system. These are the defaults, but we're going to change them to have actual, more vibe coding. Essentially, we're going to vibe code the rest of that in there. Let me mute that real quick. There you go. So we don't keep hearing perfect because they have a bunch of these queued up.
At Totha Chickens donated $5. Over rich get Skynet. The not so rich get the mercenary meat bags.
Pretty much. Yep. We already have it. Technically, we have it done already. Funny enough, because you didn't see the whole time we were watching this stuff, I was copy pasting shit already. And he's coded it up. I just have to re-download it. But it's done. It's packaged. So I just need to go get some food before I start crashing out again. We're doing good. There's the subs. They're working. I don't know. We had the problem with the subs from actual people. They didn't come through. I didn't see if they popped up on screen. So I have to see if the subs actually work. Somebody has to test that out. I'm going to unmute it. I don't know what happened. So whenever that naturally happens, we'll see. And I already coded up the fixes. Where are they at? I think it's on clean. Yeah, so you could see in the background here behind the chat. You already coded up the next build. I just have to download it and play with it and see all my little settings. We're having some issues. I noticed weird little bugs already. But he fixed them all. So we added a sub history replay. If I did miss a sub, I now will have a play button. So I could go back and play them. So we added that. Silent donations break the text-to-speech. So some of you, like for example, if you give $2 and it plays silently, the next $5 one, for example, still plays silently. I have to manually click it. So he fixed that bug too. And then also the other bug, when you donate with a large text string, it cut off the end. So he fixed that too. He added a manual override to make sure it fully finishes speaking. So yeah, pretty cool shit. All this is done while we're live streaming, while we're getting everything together. Yeah. Then we have to test the Rumble ones too. Obviously, I think on Rumble, if I looked, it says we have 416 people watching. What was that? Super chats, 2 of them. Okay. See, watch. So these should alert silently, okay? And then automatically play silently. And then I'll play them with sound. So I have both options. No other platform gives you these options that I know of. This is all custom shit. So let's play them.
Yagu King donated $2. Do you have any badges for those that have been subbed since the days of you and Sophie making vids?
I don't have any badges for that. Probably should find something. Let me put this in the front. There you go. And then what was the other one? I think it was this one.
Yagu King donated $2. Do you have any badges for those that have been subbed since the days of you and Sophie making vids?
So there you go. It came in both times if you meant to give 2.
Yagu King donated.
There we go. So I can manually select them. But my sub history shit's a little weird. So I need to figure out what's going on there in Rumble. Rumble. How many people do we have watching on Rumble? Rumble can't be a lot. It's the first time I streamed in forever. 11 people are watching on Rumble. Yeah. So I have a counter as you could see, I forgot to hit my start time though, but that's fine. I have this is Zoom chats, screen. Here you go. So you see at the top here, I am able to see on my screen how many people are watching in total. It counts everything. YouTube, it should count everything. Let me double check. Actually, I might have to bug fix that too. How many people are on stream right now on Kick? 73. Sorry, we have to fix that too. That is not accurate. So that's another bug fix we have right here. Yeah, and if you look, we have a super chat waiting. And then I can auto it. Right here, I can hit auto. I can dismiss, clear them all. I have my own demo mode to see what they look like. And then you just hit auto like this.
At Arminilugo 3,531 donated $5. Wait, Bo, so how long do we have to make money? This shit seems ridiculous.
Probably, I'd say we have a good 5 to 10 years, depending on where you're working and what you're doing. It's not a lot of time left, guys. I'm telling you, if this is already possible right now, coding shit up like this, you have to understand we're in for a parabolic improvement. Like, we're going to go near vertical. They're already using this stuff to help them code. They're already getting into the recursive improvement. So they're going to start shipping updates nonstop, and we're going to lose control. There's going to be so many updates and model releases, and the improvement's going to be so fast. A couple years from now, what you'll be able to code in one shot alone, it's got to be astounding. You drink water, whey protein, creatine, collagen, peptides, all you need. Yeah, I got creatine in my green tea right here. Can somebody remind me what the fuck I was about to change? I was about to change something. I can't remember. Oh yeah. Here's all the badges. I have to just upload those custom ones right here. Supporter badges, custom badges right here. What the fuck? I was going to do something. All right. There was something going on. What was it? Like a glitch. What was I going to fix? Oh, yeah, the counter. That's right. So, you bust out Claude. Where is he? Where's my homie? Here he is. I'll just show you guys how I do this again. You literally type to him. So, you have two instances open, your terminal and Claude, just so you guys see this. Shout outs to Rumble. Yeah, King Kane, I see you. Shout outs to you, bro. So, yeah. It works. Rumble works. I can link Twitch up, too. I can have all the platforms. See right here, it shows what's connected. You have Kick, you have YouTube, and then you have Rumble. We got 47 messages from Rumble, 48. Your message just came in, King. We have YouTube right here, 1,600, some shit like that. Can't see. I'd have to make this bigger. Can I? Oh, I can. There you go. Make it a little bigger. 1,606 so far. And growing, and then 858 on Kick. And so our issue was the viewer counter is not accurate across all three platforms. It only shows YouTube. And then enter, and that's it. You're going to try Kicks. Peace out, brother. We're about to call it here too and get some food. And look, you see what he typed? We wouldn't know to type all of this shit right now. And he says, show platform logos to each count. So he's going to break it apart. There you go. We just copy this. We go into here. And then we copy paste. And he's off. And he's working. And we'll have a new build. And it'll have that problem fixed. And off we go. John Doe, what are you taking for collagen? What peptides? Claude maxing, yeah. And right there, dude, he's just running shit. We gotta think of some apps, man. We need a service. We need to get in here and make something easy for people. I might release this for streamers. I don't know. I feel like streamers could use this. This seems like it works. I could just release a build for PC plus Mac and put it up on GitHub maybe with like donations for free if somebody wants to, or I don't know, $1. Increase the functionality at Twitch, although I don't use Twitch, but for those that use Twitch. And then have Claude build out a like README file that just literally says, here, read me. Here's how you get everything started. And then done. GitHub and open source? Make a Mortal Kombat style. But there you go, guys. We're going to be talking about this on Tuesday. I need to put a message up. I should write a book, use Claude for ideation. I don't know. Maybe in the future, we'll see. Something to think about. Thinking about selling courses using Claude and Grok. Courses are hard to sell. It's not. You have to convince people to buy a course. It's not that easy. Course on what? At this point, you're too late in the game with the coursing shit is already passed. You gotta have to hunt down some vibe coding criticism. Do you got, yeah, if you got good videos on vibe coding and things to learn with Claude, please. I'm obviously a noob, but there was already some really golden nuggets I caught on the comments. So no, I think the future is absolutely apps. Best coding practices. It's apps for sure. Fuck all these courses and all this shit. Do apps. You need to invent something that stupidly solves a simple problem for people. Sell it business to business. This course shit's over with. That worked 10 years ago, probably. Unless it's like an enclosed program. And what it does is somebody says something like this. I want to learn how to blah, blah, blah. And then that program creates for them an entire course for them to learn any topic they want ever, period. But again, why would you need a course when you can just ask AI? Like the redundancy, you understand? It makes no sense. I don't need a course. I could just say, build me a course on my AI. It's too simple. The problem you have to solve is convenience. Like the app I built, it takes a while to build. There is still a little bit of a wall there, and it's called time. It's not ability anymore. You can build this app if you want to, but if you want the app I built with the functionality I have demoed myself and it's working on all the platforms, I could charge a small fee for that. So technically, let's just say I charge $1 for this all-encompassing stream tool with a multi-chat functionality. And you will never have to use what? Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Botrix, Kickbot, any of these essentially. You don't need them anymore. Yeah, people aren't thinking correct. Like, don't think about how to make money fast. Think about offering something of value. The money will come after. $5 a month subscription. Yeah, it could be a subscription service and just push updates. right? Functionality. People ask you for more and more functionality because there's some people that just will not be bothered with this. Whatever. You can say, hey, just code up your own version. They don't care. They won't be bothered with any of this. So technically, you could make a $5 a month, which undercuts Streamlabs $40 a month. And yeah, you can collaborate with other people. Yeah. And so you can make this a service and just ship it and ship updates like a maniac. You know, everybody's going to be like, can we do this? Can you add this? Obviously, it starts to get far more complex with more functionality and features that people ask for. But hey, that's when you can bring on an engineer or a software developer that knows what the fuck they're doing. And then you could take it to the next level, but you've built the base already. And that's the important part. I mean, you see it right here. It's working. I'm not a coder, dude. No. And we're making it work. So he already shipped that last update. There you go. Yeah, and we did this basically on that last live stream. We were just running through it. The initial version was like a shitty HTML. You guys want to see what the initial functionality looked like? Let me actually pull that up for you guys. So the idea hit me and I made it in 10 minutes and then I said, fuck it, let's just make an actual app. Let me show you how simple this shit looked before. My HTML is broken. I would have to download it. Let's just download it then. It's no longer active. It looked like complete shit. Oh, here's the multi-chat, the original one. See, and you put all your information up here. This is what it looks like. Essentially, this is all I had. I had a multi-chat. I didn't have any of the super chat stuff yet. This is it. And I had Kick, YouTube, Rumble. Hadn't tested anything out. You just put your little IDs here. You ask it how to do that, and that was it. Literally it. I had a web page, not an app. I was thinking of just making this like a Chrome web-based application, just like this. And then I kept iterating through. And let's see, what do we do next? Oh, unified alert system. Here's the other one. There. Here's what the unified alert system looked like, version 1, essentially, in 10 minutes. This was it right here. That was it. This. We went from this just this, so you could see. Here's the multi-chat. We have no sliders up here, nothing that's configurable, no chat overlay changes, nothing, no emote changes, the shadow backgrounding, nothing, right? Just super basic, just stream the chat. And then on this alert queue shit, this was it. We just had queued alerts, a little log down here. That's it. No demo button. You can't see what anything works like. All of this shit is fucked up in terms of UI. I have all this channel ID and all these weird fucking settings in the way. I'm not seeing the alert queue. It's down here. And then up here is where we could see the preview of the alert. And then you move on to what we got today. And what we got today is this. This is our chat box now. In our chat box, you can see we got demo mode that we can turn. We have all these sliders here. We can change the sizing of everything. I can change so I can only see my Kick chat if I want, right? Or YouTube or Rumble only. See, turn off YouTube, turn off Kick. Look, this is all the Rumble chats. I can filter. I can turn off all the chats. Let's see only Kick. There's all the Kick homies. You see? So I have everything. So I could just say all. And then on the left side here, look, we now have a split screen functionality. You see? Where I always am able to see my alerts, my sub alerts down here. That window doesn't move, but this one, this is a split window with the pane. Look. And we have everything here that we need. All of this was done without me having a single bit of knowledge on coding. I have my little start timer here so I could just check how long I've been streaming. You see? Turns green and it starts counting. I forgot to turn that on. How many viewers we have. This is only pulling from YouTube currently. But Kick and Rumble will be... It's already fixed in my final build. And that's it, dude. Reset session. This resets... If I wanted to reset everybody's like super chat counters for just this session. Right? All those glowing effects people are getting. Like how John Doe's name is glowing orange. And I could reset the session right here. Let's see if that works. We haven't tested that out. Now, if John Doe types again, he shouldn't have that orange glow anymore. Test that out for me real quick, John. Or anybody that should have had their functionality working. Test. There it is. You see, you're reset. You're just back to normal. And on the chat, you're back to normal. So that resets only the session, but you have in the background, everybody has a running counter in the background that gets you, eventually will get you all those other cool subs and emotes and effects permanently. You said, yeah, I have zero knowledge on coding. Claude spent like an hour getting me started in Claude Code. Fuck yeah. Yeah, and all of this stuff I built in myself, just ideas I've had. Ideas at the gym, and then I picked up my phone and I told Claude, hey, here's what I want, next functionality. And you can hand off from your phone to Claude Code to work. They have a handoff feature that I haven't even actually turned on yet. But that handoff feature looked cool as shit, dude. It's called Dispatch. Look at this. Or actually, let me make it bigger. They have a dispatch feature. And essentially what it does, it says dispatch tasks to Claude and check in from your phone or computer all in one seamless conversation. You can pair this with your desktop and I can literally work from my phone. Copy, paste, boom, get that done. He just works. I could be off somewhere else and my machine is at home doing all that coding stuff that you see here. While you're at the gym, while you're out grocery shopping, while you're out on a date listening to some bitch talking her stupid shit about stars and stuff, you could just be right here like, all right, next idea, blah, 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 done. Bro, working while you're out and about. How cool is that? Just saying. So I'm going to pair it with my desktop. Isn't technology crazy? That came out just yesterday. I think it updated yesterday or the day before on my app. So they're shipping updates, guys, constantly. Constantly. I'm trying to get you guys excited about this stuff. You really don't need to know much, if anything at all. And it'll have a huge difference on your life. Yeah. Cool. So our reset session button worked. Everything's working. We fixed some more bugs. We'll have to see as the Rumble numbers start growing a little bit because we never literally stream on Rumble anymore. So, but yeah. If I could do it, you can do it. Yeah, and it keeps learning, keeps getting smarter. So think this iteration is already pretty difficult for people and they're just going to keep making it more simple. It'll keep inferring better. You can ask it a simple question and it just from the get-go just give you everything you need. I have an idea I'm working on already. Should I just ask Claude to optimize and then retard max? Exactly. That is the #1 strategy. Tell your broken idea to Claude. Incomplete. Just tell it what you're thinking of, the idea itself, and kind of what you think in the direction you want it to go. You're not too sure. Help me develop this idea further. Ask me questions. Keep asking me questions. Keep going further. Just tell it to ask you questions. Hey, keep asking me questions so we could develop this idea. Here's what I got. And then he keeps asking you all the questions, and then it'll be questions you didn't even think about that are actually very important to your idea. And just like this, bro, you'll have a fully fledged idea. And if it's something like an app you're trying to code, you just tell that motherfucker, I've never used Claude Code. Start me off like a complete noob. Step 1. Let's turn this into a real idea, a real program. Bam, 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 bam. You just start doing everything. Honestly, super retard max it. Don't even think. Just ask. What do I do? Walk me through this. The basics, bro. Absolute basics. You could even screenshot shit. Like once you start getting into the coding side, or you have a question, like you can't find something, screenshot your screen, big dog. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, Claude. I don't know what this means. Hey, I don't know what these words are. I think 1 + 1 = 3. Help me out. I'm retarded. He looks at the picture. Ah, this is your problem. Type this exactly like that. He writes a whole paragraph for you. Spam that fucker. Put it in the code. Then it goes off and it does all the jobs itself. It's fucking tight, dude. You coded your own auto code predictor. Extension for cursor. Don't know what that means, but it sounds fucking amazing. How cool is that you're able to do that? We have other guys that are creating, I don't know what the fuck. Let me look at what they wrote in the community. We have a couple guys that are using this shit right now. I'm surprised you guys don't get on these calls. We have them 3 times a week. You learn a fucking lot, man. Jeez. All right. I'm building automations to run marketing and brand analysis and content task pipelines to catch more high-spending USA simps and manage his overseas sales team. Claude replaced over 50,000 overseas expenses and will cost $600 a month overhead across 3 main marketing platforms. That's what one guy's doing. Another guy. Well, he didn't mention it here, but he's building a self-learning trading bot. He's already deployed it in his portfolio. So he has a bot that learns from its trading history and tunes itself. All right, then. You try to make the calls, but you're usually in the office? Yeah. I need to remember to just record the calls and post them up in the community. Have like a long running thread where guys could just tune in that couldn't make it. But that'll do it for us today, boys. We've been at this for how long now? Oh, 3 hours. 3 hours, guys. Yeah, our next call, and I'd love to do more calls of what are you building with Claude? Let's talk about what we're building with Claude. And somebody's going to have $1 million idea. I guarantee it. Somebody. Yep, opportunities are everywhere, dude. You just got to put yourself in the room, in the right place at the right time. Surround yourself with people that are on the up and up. Anyways, shout outs to everybody in the private community. Thank you so much for subscribing. Help support the channel big time. Appreciate everybody that's subbed over on Kick, on YouTube. Soon Rumble probably. See you later, Justin. Thank you so much, guys, for all the donations, all the tips, super chats, all that stuff. Makes a big difference. Appreciate you guys. Kareem, you missed a lot. Just watch the rewind. And hope you guys have a really good weekend. Or I at least have been having a good weekend. It is Sunday. I'm losing track of time. Jeez. So, yeah. Hopefully it's been good. Hopefully your Monday will be great too. And you're getting better sleep than I am. And take care, everybody. And see you on the next one.